7 years ago, I was just living at home with my parents, my mom and my dad. That's about it. I wasn't doing really anything else. And it's because I was really stuck in a very deep anxiety and judgments about myself, negative beliefs about myself. I didn't have any motivation to go out and move on with my life or get involved in things. So I was reading a lot of books on a lot of different topics, and I was interested in spirituality. So I came across a couple of books that were Christian-based, and it introduced me to the idea of following Jesus. So I had the beginnings of what you would call faith, this desire to follow Jesus or learn more about what that looks like. But I was still trapped in the anxiety and the fear, and I'd gotten so used to just living at home and not doing anything else that I was just stuck in that. And that eventually turned into a mental health crisis. I needed to do something. I needed to find other people who followed Jesus and who I could learn from. And I found Grace Chapel and came across the Celebrate Recovery program they have here. And I also started volunteering on the tech team at the evening service. I felt vulnerable just walking into the church because of where I was coming from. So just being around other people was anxiety-provoking for me. I was afraid of what people thought of me. I was afraid of being judged negatively or rejected, even by strangers. Every Sunday, every time I came, or Monday night for CR, that was vulnerability for me. Everyone who goes to Celebrate Recovery is working on some issue that they have, and that's why they're there. The space there, I felt accepted. And accepted in the state that I was, which was very quiet. I wasn't saying anything the first dozen times I went to those meetings. That was important for the beginning of a deeper faith, and that opened me up to start to participate more in the small groups. I was able to share in much more detail about the negative thoughts that I was having, the anxiety I was experiencing, and to make some good friends who I really felt supported by. That really helped me a lot. There was a prayer that I was reading every morning. One of those mornings I was really struggling with the anxiety, just feeling very alone, hopeless. So I decided to get on my knees and pray that prayer from that place of not knowing what was going to happen next, not knowing if I was going to get better, if I was going to feel better. And when I read those words of the prayer, Jesus, I accept you as my Lord and Savior, I realized then that I meant it, and I felt a sense of wholeness come into me. And I found the courage to give my testimony at CR, which is a big part of the program. And I also started playing with the praise team, playing guitar. And music is a big passion of mine, so that was really meaningful to me too. Over the last few years, there's some things that I didn't think I could do that God has led me to be able to do, which is to go to graduate school, to work as a software engineer, to join the staff here at Grace Chapel. I started as the Watertown worship leader a year ago. And now I'm singing loudly most of the time on stage every Sunday morning. And I also started a role of the director of the Celebrate Recovery Ministry here at Grace, and gave, just this past Monday, my first teaching lesson. Doing those things has given me faith beyond what I thought possible. So I still struggle with the social anxiety, but I don't feel like it holds me back. That gives me a sense of freedom that comes from knowing that God is with me in whatever I'm doing, every step of the way. And my faith in Him is rooted in that, in knowing He's with me and just walking with Him.